What? Is this thing on? Did you turn that on? Did you take the screen off there?
All right. Yes, that's good. So let's see.
Did you take that off?
Yes, that's good. You're not up to live yet.
Oh.
Okay. So, some technical errors here.
I don't know how to YouTube.
All right, turn the volume
All right,
off.
I'm gonna turn the volume down.
Hi, hello.
Hey guys.
All right.
This is fun. There we go. Hey. All right. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. You'd think we'd never YouTubed before.
No, but we don't live stream, so this is all.
This is cool. This is
a
like
new
kind
experience.
of fun.
So.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Awesome. So like tons of comments coming in. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. Oh my goodness. This is so exciting.
Yeah, I just want to make sure the audio is clear. Everybody's got a good sound. We did some testing earlier and it seemed okay, but we had to, obviously restart the machine again. So hopefully. Yeah.
Hola. Let us know. So if like anything starts getting weird, we're like watching it on the iPad, but if you can't hear us or like something goes out or whatever, just send a little message and we'll try to keep our eye on this thing as we go. So this is kind of like our first live stream.
Well, this is our very first stream was about a few years ago when we did
we did like a Q&A.
A Q&A only, but it was just literally just Q&A for about an hour.
Yeah, and I forget I think we might have just done like a webcam.
It was a webcam, literally honest.
It was old school.
But this is using our studio equipment. As you can see, the setup is exactly the same. We had to hook up our cameras a different way, running them through a PC now. So there's a lot of different things we had to do, especially with the audio. Right. But I think we nailed it. And this was actually, to be honest, this is something an idea we came up with this morning.
Well, so it was like we were actually playing Renature this morning, and then we were like, we should just like live stream.
Yeah, this is a really no spoiler. This is a very casual light game, and we thought it would be really cool for us to just kind of casually, because we didn't have to sit there and think about 1,000 things, have AP and have you sit there and watch us have AP for 2 hours. But this is like literally the two of us could probably rip through this game in 30 minutes. Yeah. Because it's something that we can do while we're answering questions and gives you a chance to kind of interact with it. And we've never done it, so if this is a good thing, we'll do it more often.
Yeah,
obviously.
For sure. Yes, this is a trial. So thank you guys for being part of this voyage with us.
Yeah, this is sort of a test run.
Primary voyage.
Baby is sleeping, so
yeah, she's actually on the monitor right now.
So hopefully she's usually pretty good for a good couple hours at least.
Yeah,
so I think we'll be good to get through it.
Yeah, and awesome feedback coming in. So thank you everybody who's saying hello, and thank you for like all the love and support. That's always like really cool for us to hear. And
absolutely.
I'll be really honest with you. Like this is like. These things like make me want to cry. I don't know. It could still be like baby hormones. I'm not sure. But this is honestly like why we do this stuff is for you guys. So to be able to kind of hang out and like play and all that kind of stuff, it's just awesome. So thanks for being here.
Yep. Cool. So let's talk about, here's the thing. I call it Renature.
Oh, I know.
But I think it's Renature, maybe?
Renature? Well, there's no hyphen.
No hyphen. So we're going to go with Renature. Yeah, I'll leave that up to you guys. Maybe one of you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lots of other babies sleeping on monitors, too. That's good.
And if there's a delay with us with questions, there's probably about a good 10-second delay between when we actually do stuff live and then and it shows up on YouTube. So
yeah. Oh, what's the name of our baby girl? Leona.
Leona.
Oh, and I'm wearing my Project Leona t-shirt.
If you're a League of Legends fan, you'll get the reference.
So yeah, Leona Colette. Yeah. She's awesome.
6 months as of yesterday, right?
As of tomorrow, I think, actually. I don't know when you count. Oh. It's like she was born on a Friday, so it's like you could count that way, but also she was born on July 31st.
But not every month has 31 days. So.
That's true. I don't know. Whatever.
So, Renature, why don't you let everyone know?
Yeah, so let's talk
some of
stats.
The details, the deets.
Yes. So this one is obviously 2 to 4 players. As you said, it's like 30-minute game. The BGG calls it 45, 60-minute game. For us, it tends to be more like a half an hour. We have designers Michael Kiesling and Wolfgang Kramer, and published here in the States by Capstone Games. Yep. So, as we always say, they've kind of been like killing it.
Lately, yeah. Their
at least with stuff that's kind of up our alley. So we're
always quality, always good. Yeah, that's what we see at Capstone. So, this is the 2-player setup. It's different than a 3 and 4 player setup because normally each player has one board. But in the 2-player game, you actually flip the boards over and you play as the black and white players, and there's 2 boards per each.
Right.
And you have a ton of these sort of plant tiles. So you've got these are like grass,
they're like
turf,
little hedges
of turf. You've got some bushes, you've got some Christmas trees or evergreens, and you've got these really big like oaks.
Right.
They have differing values, and the values are representative in their height.
Yeah.
And they just go up 1, 2, 3, and 4. You have tiles, pieces in your color, and you also have pieces in a neutral color, and that'll come into play when we talk about area control. Up here you have cloud tokens. We each get 6 cloud tokens, and you can take those, spend them as like a free action anytime you want.
Yes.
So you are limited though, and there's only 4 places to get them back. So we each have 26 tiles. There's 55 in the bag. These are like mahjong tiles.
Kind of.
Out of
dominoes.
Out of the 55, only 52 are used, so 3 will remain in the bag. In a 2-player game, you're each getting a stack of 26 tiles. The game goes until all the tiles are gone. Seems like a lot of tiles, but they go fast.
Yeah.
On the board, player 1 starts at 4 victory points. Player 2 starts at 3. 4 would go to 2. Player 1 would go to 1. Yeah. Up in the top, do you want to talk about wild animals?
We have, so this game is full of wild animals. And on our tiles, actually, we're going to see that we have the wild animals there. Up at the top here, these are actually our wild animals. So the butterfly, to start off the game, is going to be wild. And this is important because when we're laying our tiles down, we actually have to match animals in order to lay the tiles. And you'll see that as we play. But it's not always going to be in your favor. So this is kind of like a mitigant. Especially when we get towards the end of the game, it becomes really tough. And the thing is, if you can't play a tile, you actually lose the tile. Right. So you have to give it up, which is no good. Between the squirrel and badger, is that an owl?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Owl.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty cool owl too. And I think we have a butterfly, we have a snail, we have a chameleon or some kind of gecko, I guess. Yeah. Probably poisonous frog because it's bright, and I know that means they're poisonous. A turtle. We have a bat. Woodpecker.
Squirrel.
Owl and badger.
And then honey badger.
Yeah.
So on the board, we're going to be laying these.
From Long Island. Woohoo! We're in New Jersey, so.
Oh, nice. We are going to be laying these tiles along this river path. Yes. So you'll see around all these bare spots, there's a river, and we're basically helping nature claim or renature this land. So you've got all these dead areas, and we're going to use the animals to plant new seeds, trees, brush, whatever. And that's how we're going to score points. Each of these areas is worth victory points if you have the majority of plants in your color in that area once we score it. And we'll show you how the scoring works, and then you'll get those victory points. You'll see how these neutral tiles come into play later because it's interesting and to see the strategy there. But essentially the rules for placing your tiles are, in the beginning, because there's no tiles out there, you're allowed to place them in any one of these 4 starting spaces. But after that, you have to actually line up your tiles so that the animals touching that are adjacent actually match. Right. Unless it's the wild. Yes. Now, when does that wild change, you say? Well, if you spend 2 of your cloud tokens, you can change it to whatever you want. Yes. Yeah. And that will change a lot of what goes on here. Yeah, and we're going to be using the cloud tokens as well to kind of pull back our trees and shrubbery and everything, because once we score the different land areas, we may need to pull those back because, as you can see, we have a limited number and we have a very large board. Yep. So. We have not played Honey Buzz, so that question come up. What's that? Oh, yeah, no, we have not. I've seen it, but I've not played it. Yeah. I'm in Sucky, Utah. I'm sure it's not that bad. Can't be that bad. I don't know. We're getting ready for, like a snowstorm. I don't know where the rest of you... Everything's legal in New Jersey. Well, actually, now everything's legal in New Jersey. Everything. Not prior to this year. Yeah, that's funny. So, yeah, cool. What part? Oh, Burlington County. Oh, yeah, wow, ready for snow. Yep. Yeah, we're in Gloucester County. In Gloucester County, just south of you. Yeah, that's cool. Hey, from Toronto. Very cool. You guys are from all over. I love it. Yeah. All right. So cool. we'll get started. You're player 1. Okay. Like I said, you start by drawing 3 tiles. Yeah, so we don't know what these are. And we'll show you guys in the camera. You can see each tile has, I'm trying not to look at you. A different selection of animals, right? Yeah, so you're basically, this is your hand, and you play them like like you would, I guess, Mahjong or dominoes.
Yeah, all right. And then to start, you'll notice that we have some kind of outlined squares at the top of the board, and those are kind of like starting spots. So every other tile, other than the ones that we play on these spots, have to be played right next to each other.
Yep.
So by using these spots, we kind of have a little bit of an advantage. So I'll just start off by, I guess, putting this cool gecko and this little red squirrel. Red squirrels. Our squirrels around here are brown.
They're brown. They're definitely not red.
Yeah.
You don't get red squirrels in this area.
It's always an interesting question to ask people. It's like, what color are their squirrels?
So when you place a tile, the next thing you do is you optionally can plant a plant in a space, a dirt space, that is adjacent to the tile you laid.
And I will do that. So
and
no
you can
cost,
plant
you just
anything
down.
you want.
Yeah. So I'm just going to put one of these little grass areas right there. Okay.
So when you place a plant or plant a plant in that area, you're going to score 1 point for the plant you planted, plus 1 point for every other plant, regardless of color, that is equal to or less than the height value. In this case, you're the only one, so you just get a point.
Right, exactly. You want to give me a point? Okay.
We need a shuffleboard thing.
We do. We need that big stick.
At the end, once you do that, you can draw up to your hand limit again. Well, you're always going to draw up to 3. So, and then it's my turn. So I can add on to this, or I can put something in one of those starter spots. So, like, I can do this. We have squirrel to squirrel, and I actually can put a tile here.
Are they weighted resin? Yeah, they're thicker. I don't know.
What, the tiles?
They're
wood.
They're wood, yeah.
They're wood. Yeah. Like a glazed
like painted
wood.
Or glazed, yeah. And I think, like, I want to say they're like they're obviously printed and then glazed over.
Yeah.
So no like stickers or anything like that.
Yeah, they all came pretty much like that in the bags.
Oh, well, this is unfortunate. Not a lot of good animals here. All right. I'm gonna have to start on one of these other spots then.
That's fine.
Here, can you toss these badgers over there?
Here? Or here?
No, you know what? I want to put them right there. Right there.
Okay.
Yep, exactly.
So do you want to plant here?
I do. And I'll put one of these guys.
All right, so that goes there.
Somebody asked when the Black Angel video is going to drop. Actually, soon, I hope. So we're like pretty much through. We're through a lot, but not all of like the. I don't want to say too much, but we're through a lot of the Kickstarters and things like that I think we have to do.
Yep.
So we're getting ready to play some of our older games, and definitely Black Angel's on the list. So
yeah,
that's
for sure.
It is
we're really close.
And we've been kind of like knocking it out with getting some videos done like at this time of night too. Now that the baby's kind of
now that she's on a schedule, we have been really just able to pump these out. So if you notice, I placed we should probably lay them down so you can see them.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I placed a bush here, which is a value 2. And I completed this area, but we're not going to score yet. So I get a point for this, plus it's greater than that. So I'm going to actually get 2 points.
Right.
And what's important is, you'll understand when we go to score this area, is once all of the adjacent spaces to that area have been filled in or are no longer accessible, and you'll understand what that means when it happens, you score the area. And the majority in the area based on value and color wins.
Right. All right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do something similar over here. Actually, yeah, I'll just put this guy right there. So I will get that.
No, you don't get that. So you can just throw them right
on top
of
of that's
that.
right. But I want but I want the points now.
Right.
Let's see.
So we can't pause and delete any of your cheating moves anymore. This is live. They get to see all the cheating that happens.
I know, it's terrible.
And catch it. So you're gonna get 2 points for that, just like
thanks. I did. Ashley asked how long it takes us to learn a game before filming a video on it. It's a very good question. It depends on the game. So a game like this, honestly, the rules are pretty straightforward. We can kind of, well, first of all, we both try to read through the rules, or Anthony likes to watch playthroughs. I like to just read the thing cover to cover. And then we'll sit down and play. For heavier games, definitely a few times. If we feel like we've got it, we might bring it to the table after a couple of plays. There have been games, and I know recently, was What would we play recently that we felt we had to go over a couple of times? It was Cloud Age.
Cloud Age, yeah.
Yes, because the first time we played it through, it was kind of like we weren't getting it, and we knew we weren't. Not that we didn't understand the rules, but we didn't get the concept. And so we will continue to play it until we feel like either we've played it enough and just the concept's no good, or that we understand
or we figure it out.
Or we figure it out.
We always talk about a game clicking. So like this game, it's obviously lighter, so it clicked pretty fast.
Yeah.
And you don't want to really rush into it because then you can miss something quite simple.
Yeah, and somebody said they bought Black Angel because we mentioned it. Very good game. Like, we're super excited to do it. Yeah.
Sweet.
Live streams, will they become a thing? Maybe, if this works out. It seems like it's pretty popular.
And also, instead of diverging and going all over the place instead of playing, we didn't want to do a live stream until we got the equipment and the video and the sound quality up to a level that we were satisfied with.
Right.
That was on par with what we do on the channel normally.
We're both kind of like perfectionists in that way, and even though like we're not perfect, but it bothers us when things are like a little bit off. So we just like to and it's good. It's like a cool challenge, I think, too. At least for me. So I'm gonna put that there.
All right, so you put that giant Christmas tree there.
I did.
So just
probably not the actually that was probably not the best
to explain, since we have this example now, this square up here, we cannot put a tile there, right? Because it would go off the board, and you can never do that, and you can't put animals in the area you're trying to seed. So that's what's referred to as an inaccessible tile.
Right.
So for closing this area off, that one counts as closed because you can't put a tile there.
Exactly.
So you're good?
Yep, I'm good.
I got some pretty bad tiles left. But I can make do. So
somebody watched New York Zoo and then decided to buy it. Well, this is another animal game.
Oh, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a bush here. So I'm going to get 2 points. 1, 2. All right.
Let's see. All right. Oh, crap. This is not good. Somebody asked how we met.
Oh.
Do you want to take that one? While I figure out what I'm going to do here.
I used to work with Francis's sister.
Yes.
And we met at an after-work bowling event.
Yeah. And he brought his own bowling shoes.
I was a league bowler for many years, so I will only...
And his own bowling ball towel.
I will only bowl with my own equipment. That's like going and golfing without your own clubs.
And I was like, yep, I understand. I had appreciation for it. All right, there you go.
So you get a point.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Interesting here. Okay, so this is actually pretty good, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. So here we have our first wild. So there's a butterfly, so I can put that up against the frog. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to go ahead and put this guy in here and score. Actually, do I want to do that? No, I kind of want to put another bush in there and score 3 points, but... Ooh, or do I not? Yes, I probably could come down here and put this giant tree in here and score 2 points.
Oh.
Boom.
Sneaky.
That was pretty sneaky.
Somebody asked about your nationality. Danielle.
Oh, that is a good question.
We were actually gonna we get that question a lot. So
yeah, well, I do. I get that because I look like I guess a bunch of different nationalities, but I had and I'll give you a little bit of a history to my life.
Thanks, because I have to take my.
Yes, you take your turn. So I had my DNA tested. Just because I was curious as to what my nationality was and my makeup. And it turned out like I knew my one half. So my father's side is pretty much 100% Sicilian, so Italian. Yeah. So I'm 50% Italian, Sicilian specifically. A little bit of Malta in there, so that area. I guess really southern Italy.
Yeah.
And my mother...
purely Sicilian.
It's purely Sicilian. And my mother was originally from Vietnam. So she was born and raised in Vietnam and came to the United States with my father, who married her there. He was in the Navy fighting in the Vietnam War. So I'm sort of a product of the Vietnam War. So I always thought growing up I was Vietnamese. And it turns out, based on my DNA, that it's not true. So I'm actually 50% Chinese.
Yeah.
So my mother, who was born and raised in Vietnam, her parents are actually from China.
Well, I think it was because we asked her, and she was like, she's like, oh well, my mom
she didn't think that was a very important.
Her mom was Chinese, and I think her dad was Cambodian, or the other way around. I forget, but. I just gave myself 2 points for putting one there. One,
okay.
2. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna rely on you to count your own score. So yes, yeah. So that's a great question, and definitely thank you for asking. But that's kind of the long-winded story. So I'm half Italian, half Chinese.
Yes, it's a good interesting mix.
It's different, I guess.
I'm Eastern European and French Canadian.
Yes,
that's pretty much.
Look at this fit here. Owl and turtle.
Oh, that's so perfect.
That is perfect.
I think the live stream distracts me from my.
It really does. So I think this is fine though.
So look, I actually closed off this area, so we're going to score an area now.
Yes.
So what happens is we're going to count up majority and then second and then third. Remember, because there's a neutral player here. Mm-hmm. So I've got 2 to your 1, right? Because my bush is worth 2. So I get to claim the tile. Now on these area tiles, they have 2 numbers, a large number, which is the majority, so 2, and then the second place would get 1. If you come in third, you get nothing. So this tile on the other side has victory points that are going to be scored end game, so I'm going to keep this over here, face down, and this stays.
I'm already cheating. Can you put that back?
Did you take another tile? Well, you keep taking it, I swear.
I took them. Just
because you put a piece of wood on it doesn't mean you get to take it.
Hello from Japan.
Oh, hello.
Nice. Let's see. I will put this.
See, people thought I was Asian.
Yeah.
I am half Asian.
You guessed right. You're like ethnically ambiguous.
I guess, right?
Right. Yeah, our daughter has like a very interesting makeup because basically everything that you are, I am not.
Yes.
So
we don't share any.
We have a very interesting makeup.
So you just went here.
I just went there, and I think I'm gonna put. I don't like how you put that giant tree. And here's another thing about like as far as strategy goes for this game, I made the mistake by putting that giant tree in there before. Mm-hmm. It's beneficial actually to wait to put your bigger trees and things until there's more stuff in there because then you get the difference in points.
Well, you can score anything equal or lesser.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think so. So I'm just gonna put this little guy in there for now.
All right.
And get 1 point.
Okay.
Somebody asked if I played games before I met you. Not these kinds of games. Not real board games. So I played a lot of like Risk and stuff like that growing up, which are real board games. But I played a lot of chess. Actually, when we met, that's kind of how we started like hanging out. Was like there was this lounge in the place where I lived, and they had like a nice chess set, and I think they also had like Scrabble and some other games. And so we played, those and stuff. And then one night, Anthony's like, I'm going to bring over a real board game. I was like, I don't really know what that means, but okay. And he brought over Viticulture. And The Gallerist. And those were the first games that we played. And I was in love.
That was it. You were sold. So New Jersey, go ahead and play. I'll look at the thing. Let's see. New Jersey people, any advice on getting into gaming groups? I mean, there's a forum on BGG that you can actually post in that is like Northeast, and then it drills down into Jersey, and you can try to find groups there that are local to you. Otherwise, like we're not in a big gaming group in Jersey as much as we'd love to be. Yeah. We do have friends who host gaming nights on occasion, which we always go to. We haven't really been hosting any of our own, especially more lately.
Baby,
COVID, all that stuff. But I think a lot of like local game stores typically have play space that offers games to actually just play while you like demo copies of stuff. And they have certain game nights. I know the one in Pennsylvania when I was working in PA did. Had like a weekly game night where people would just go and join up that group and just play whatever games came out that night.
Yeah, I put this here. So I think
you're gonna score 3 points. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. All
right. Wait a minute. Am I gonna get majority for that?
Actually, that is actually closed.
It is closed
because these are inaccessible.
But I have a question.
3 to 3. It's tied.
So I'll put a giant tree there.
You're going to have to, unless otherwise we both don't score.
Because the way that this works, like for majority, it's not like who has the tallest tree.
Right.
You actually add up the value of all of your trees.
So that's 3 to 4 now. So you're going to get majority, and you're going to get the token.
Finally,
so you're going to get 3, and I get 1. So 1, 2, 3, and 1.
Somebody asked if the lighting changes behind us. Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fully customizable.
We try to change it we try to match the game board, which is why it's always a little bit different. So, hi from PA. Hello from PA. I work in Pennsylvania, so you used to work in Pennsylvania.
I used to, yeah. I'll put another 1 here.
My Easy Pass just got revoked 1, 2, because I haven't been to Pennsylvania in a long time. All right, Anthony, do you play solo anymore?
Not really.
Nope.
The last solo game I played was Under Falling Skies.
I have no boundaries.
Yes, and Under Falling Skies was a solo-only game, so it had to be done. I had to break the rules.
All right, I'm going to do this.
Hello, Canada.
Hey! All right, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to put my big tree or small tree.
Oh, where did the name Antlab Games come from? That's my name is Anthony LaBarbara. So Ant Lab. Again, it was solo, so it was just me. So I just said, all right, I'll just take the first 3 of my first name, first 3 of my last name.
We never changed it.
And it became Antlab Games.
I'm thinking about what I want to put here. Because I could do, if I put one of these, we're still going to be tied. But do I want to use my another giant oak on a 4 spot? I don't know that I do.
A lot of day job questions. Woo!
Right, so many day jobs. Well, maybe I'll put this. Maybe I'll put this neutral one there so we can show how that works for illustration purposes only.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I can put this neutral one.
Oh, you're gonna block me?
Yeah. So I'll just for illustration purposes, right?
Okay.
So the way that these neutral tokens work, specifically because we're about to score this right now, and so I can show you. When I place this, I'm still gonna get the points for having 3 smaller pieces underneath of my piece. So I'm going to get 3. Do I get a point for the neutral token too? Do I get 4?
You score 4 points for the neutral token.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll score 4 for that.
Now this is closed, so we get to score it.
So let's see. Hold on. Any colors whose total values are tied or treated so they are not present.
Correct.
So nobody's going to get.
Nobody gets points.
Any points for.
But here's the strategy in that, right? Like I could have used my giant oak. It would have been sort of a waste, unless I really wanted those points. I could have used my color. But we would have been tied, and so that would have also been a waste. So what using the neutral does is it keeps him from getting that token, which, sorry. But
yeah, so that was a rude play, but that's okay.
Kind of rude. But.
Yeah, so it acts like we're not even there, basically. So hold on, what was it? I saw On Mars or Maracaibo. That's a really tough one because I like both, and they're nothing alike. So I couldn't pick one over the other.
Yeah.
It really depends on my mood.
Right.
Used to live in Lancaster. We know Lancaster.
Oh, yeah. I work in Lancaster a lot. So
that's like secret cabal country.
Yeah. Somebody did ask what we do. I work for the government, and I work with like international students and things like that. So.
No, we haven't played Kanban EV yet, but it's coming. We have we plan to do a playthrough of it. Full disclosure, we played the original Kanban. I used to have it. We did not like it.
Yeah.
So we traded it away. I'm hoping that the new version of it is. It may have had something to do with the way it looked.
I think for me it was the graphic design.
Yeah, it just wasn't.
It was just
appealing.
It was too busy, and like I couldn't. I don't know. I couldn't get behind the theme, so it was hard for me to like absorb what was going on, especially after playing like Gallerist and kind of liking that style a lot more.
Yep.
But that was years ago too, so I definitely.
We definitely are looking forward to playing it.
Looking forward to playing the new version and seeing if we like it. Somebody asked where you get your cool T-shirts from.
Oh, where do I get them?
From me.
Yeah, she buys them. I have no idea where she gets them. They're usually gifts.
They're gifts.
They're gifts. All right, so I'm gonna go here.
I get them from here. I can put this in here, right?
Let's see. I have majority here.
.com.
So if I put this guy.
They have the best T-shirts.
Here, that's going to be a 1. But do I really I need to get this one, though. I'm going to put my tree here and score 3 points. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. And this is now blocked off, so this is going to score.
Okay.
So you're going to get
my
2 points, and I get 1.
Yes.
Here.
Thank you.
1, 2, and 1. All right.
Oh, somebody liked our music video.
Oh, cool.
This is what we do. We're in quarantine. So.
We actually recorded the music for another.
We did.
Another parody.
Yeah.
And it's done. Like the song is completely done. We haven't figured out what we want to do for the actual music video yet. That's the hard part. Is coming up with something to film for 2 minutes and change.
Just cringy enough.
Yeah. Try not to be too cringy, but the song I think is actually the music in the next one I think is better.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot better. It's actually more of a guitar song than it is piano. So.
Yeah, and you played guitar in that one. I sang in that one too.
So that was a good one.
It was fun.
It was fun. It's all fun. We do this for fun.
The funny thing is, like, this is the kind of stuff that we do, like, when we're not playing games. Like, you could probably find us just doing that in our house.
Yeah.
But our baby just looks at us like
we're crazy.
What is happening? What kind of family was I born into? All right, I think I might have to do... I want to get down to some of these, like, higher
my wife scored 147 at this game. That's insane.
That's really good. I forget what our scores were this morning.
They weren't that high.
They weren't that high, yeah.
I think you just broke 100.
I did, yeah.
And I was, like, in the 90s somewhere.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to... Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, no.
We haven't played the new Red Raven game. I saw that question come up away. Deep Vents, I think it's called. We have not played that one.
Nah. That is... no, I'll put the little guy. This one. All right.
That's 1 point.
Yeah. 124. That's good too. Yeah. Oh, is this our first live broadcast? Yes, this is our
first live play.
We were saying earlier we did do a live Q&A like years ago. And it was like on a webcam. So we tried to bring it this time. So I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I think it's working out nice.
I'm gonna put this here.
Took 7 plays to get good at this game. It's good.
So I finished this off. I'm going to get 1 point for putting that there, but I'm going to take majority here.
Yes,
and the tree is going to take second place, so you're not going to get any points for this.
Nope. The tree, the brown tree.
The brown tree is going to take. He's taking second. So I'm going to get top 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4.
2 really good questions. Somebody asked, are there any games we don't like to play?
Whew.
I would normally say like take that-y kind of games. But we've actually been playing more of them recently.
Yeah.
If they're done well, and by that I mean like we just recently played like Radlands, just total take that, kill each other's camps. But it's like the cards and stuff have to be OP enough that they're just so much fun that you kind of root for each other when you get really terrible cards.
It's like it's obviously it's a lot like Dice Throne if you ever played that game where you're just going at each other trying to beat each other down.
Yeah.
And both of your characters are overpowered and you're just beating each other. But that's the beauty of the game is that you're so overpowered and Radlands is similar. You have these powerful cards, but you both do. And it's just a back and forth. And it's just fun because it's fast. And it's gorgeous. Let me tell you, those cards are insanely nice.
Yeah. You're up.
I'm up.
You're up.
Okay. We didn't talk. So for what I do for a living, let me finish my move and we'll talk about that. That's going to need a whole...
Well, somebody asked if we...
I'm going to need a whole counseling session just for that.
Somebody asked what games get pulled off the shelf because we like them so much. That we think we could we actually may save that for like our bigger Q&A. We're gonna do like a monthly sort of comments that we get and everything that we don't always have time to respond to in a long format. We'll get to those. But I will tell you one that we pulled off recently that's kind of older that I don't think anybody talks about is Alien Artifacts is one of my favorites. It's like awesome tableau builder. We did do a video on it. But that's one that I like to pull out to just kind of get out on the table really quickly.
That's a cool game.
And play fast. It's not like a multi-hour like Euro, which we also like to pull out and play, but especially with other people.
I don't know why you love that one so much. It's a Portal Games. It's made by Portal.
Alien Artifacts?
Yeah.
I think I liked it because it was one of those ones that everybody hated. Well, not everybody hated, but like people were disappointed in it because I think they thought it was going to be more like 4X-y, and it ended up being more of like a tableau builder. Like it's still kind of 4X, but it's not like destroying ships and stuff. There's a lot more strategy in just like building your tableau. So I love that one.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna take my turn now.
Well, so many questions.
I know. There's
about what I do for a living. I worked in finance for 25 years, finance operations.
I feel like we need like sad music behind.
We do. This is a terrible story, by the way, and nothing I've actually revealed yet. But I will, because you guys showed up, and this is a private, personal chat, and I'll fill you in on it.
For you and all of you.
For me and all of you too. So, but there's no nothing to hide here. So I was in finance for 25 years. I started out in the mailroom in finance, and I didn't have a degree, and I worked my way up to the top into an executive position.
Was that after your time in the Marines?
Yeah, so I joined the Marine Corps right after high school to help pay for college. Was enlisted. Obviously, I didn't have a degree, so I was a machine gunner in the Marine Corps. And then I joined the reserve so I could go to school because I didn't want to be a career Marine. And I ended up working for a investment fund company, and then in the mail as literally a mail runner, and worked my way up to the executive level, the director level over the course of many years. So 25 years in that business, and it's a rewarding business. It's very, very stressful. And last year I made a job change to another company because they offered me a tremendous opportunity, or at least it seemed. So less than a year in at that company, I decided that the grass wasn't quite as green on the other side. In fact, it was like dead and dying.
But to be fair, they like spray painted it green.
They really did. They offered me the world to come over, and I left a really good job because they made it so appealing. But it was probably the most toxic work environment I've ever been to or ever experienced. And without going into much detail about my experience there, which was completely terrible, I basically went up to my boss and said, I don't agree with any of the way you're handling it or treating people here, and I'm not going to stand for this. So, sayonara. So I did this back in November. So I've been job hunting, but with COVID, it's a real nightmare.
Yeah.
So I'm in the market, actually.
If you're looking for a finance
guy. For a finance guy with an MBA, I'm here. So, but like I said, I got a couple leads, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, or we may open a restaurant.
Do something different. I've been I'm telling you, 25 years is a long time, and it's. Yeah. I'm not dying to get back into it. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. It's your turn.
Yep. Oh, it is. Sorry, I got lost in thought. It was a good question, and it's still raw. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
I don't like my tiles. I wish I could replace them.
Just graduated grad school and job hunting right now isn't fun.
Not fun.
Yeah.
Not fun at all.
The right thing will come along.
It will. It'll come.
It always does.
It'll come when you least expect it. That's how it's always been in my career.
It's always been that way for me too, I think. It's been awesome.
Board Game Cafe would be awesome, let me tell you.
Yeah, that would be really cool. It has crossed our mind.
It has. Or maybe game design, but that might take too long.
Yeah, that's a long one.
It's definitely a long game, and I have some ideas on that front too.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go here. Right there. Ooh, do I want to do that? Yeah, I want to do that. I think. I'm like looking at how many animals are out, thinking about what I've got left in my stack.
Yeah, so mind you, that's wild, so you could put anything next to it.
Yeah, so I will put just another. Actually.
Oh, we didn't score this one.
Oh, you didn't?
That we did. This doesn't get scored.
That goes to no one.
Let me get rid of it.
Yeah, so we don't forget.
Just so it doesn't mess us up.
Can you fix those? Can you fix that? Just make it straight. That's it. Okay. So I'm gonna put a neutral here. Boop. So I'm gonna get
2.
2. Yeah.
1, 2.
And that is scoreable.
It is. So you're gonna get the 4.
Yep.
There you go.
Thank you. Bubble Tea Gaming Cafe. Bubble Tea Gaming Cat Cafe. I would come wherever you live. I will be there.
Yeah, we're
fantastic.
Cat owner.
We're cat people. I'm a bubble tea person through and through.
All of the above.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna go.
Our musical backgrounds. Ooh.
Oh. This is not.
I was like one of those kids that like picked up any instrument that was like laying around and just played it. So I play like by ear. I just always liked figuring out how like music worked. So I taught myself piano when I was a kid. I never took like formal lessons or anything. I sang, I was in chorus and all that. I'm a flautist, so I did play flute from like 4th grade all the way up through marching band in high school. So I was super awesomely popular in high school. But no, yeah, I did play up through high school and then I quit, but I still have my flute. What's it?
A 1-year-old won't go to sleep because he loves
your
videos.
Oh,
That's awesome.
My gosh, I love that so much. That is so cool. We need to get some baby gear. It'd be so cool.
Oh, nice. The only instrument I played growing up was saxophone in 7th and in 4th through 6th grade. It was just elementary school, and then I quit.
Epic sax guy.
I was the epic sax guy, and then I quit, and I never played another instrument again until about
a couple years ago.
About 5 years ago, I picked up the guitar and was like, I just want to learn this, and you know, I just with a lot of practice and a lot of stuff online and tab and just doing like
you like figuring it out. I think.
And
he plays all the time.
I play every day, all the time. I just whenever I'm just sitting there, I just play it.
And we both kind of like to explore music, so like we'll buy like weird music stuff. Like we bought a mandolin.
Yeah, a bunch of weird instruments, ukulele.
I've got you an okanara for Christmas or your birthday or something. Remember?
Yeah.
So.
It's actually an ocarina. She didn't buy me Okinawa, so it's unfortunate because that would solve a lot of problems if I owned.
I should invent that.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do we want to do? We need to keep bringing the animal colony down here.
Yes. So go on.
But I do want to score that too.
You can do as many cloud action. Yes, you can. We haven't done any yet.
Yeah.
You are limited. You only have 6 clouds, but you can start grabbing those.
Yeah, you can. Butterflies are still wild, right? Yeah, because I'm gonna need to pull that.
Yeah, we are staying really tight right now. You'll see though, it kind of stretches once you start closing areas.
Well, that's why we're trying to like pull some of this stuff down here.
Because the big points are down here.
Yeah, this is where all the big points are. So I'll go here. All right, your turn.
You got a point for that? Did you put a...
I got a point. I put this guy down.
Did you take your point?
I did not.
Okay.
It's all the way over there.
Don't forget. Or let me know if you do it. Otherwise, you're not going to score.
If you attract the neutral, can you get the majority? Oh, that's a really good question. I don't think we've ever tried that.
If you did what?
If you retract the neutral, can you take the majority?
No, I don't think as long as it hasn't been scored yet.
Yes, exactly.
Once it's scored, it's scored.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go there and put...
Ant Lab Cafe has a nice ring to it. I do too.
2, 4... Yeah, I'm going to put...
Oh, another flute player.
4...
I was just telling Anthony the other day all the rules in marching. We were comparing marching strategies between the Marines and the marching band. And we were about facing in the kitchen.
Yes, we were.
We had an about face off. All
right.
What?
Yeah, that game buys out Okinawa.
Oh.
Hacksaw Ridge. Yes, retract it before you close it. That would be the smart move.
Yeah. I like. Maybe I'll go here just to get the.
So the question now: would you give this game a saxophone serenade? Oh.
I would love if that was like our
thing.
Our thing. So weird. We would be like.
Would you push just that?
I just put that there. I get 1 point.
Okay. That would be pretty funny.
That would be really funny. Just like your video, I love animal games. I'm a zoo volunteer. Oh,
nice. So look, I'm gonna actually throw this here and close this off. Wild, boom, boom. I'm not gonna be able to put anything down, but I'm gonna close this area.
Oh,
and I'm gonna take majority,
nice.
5 to 2.
Well played.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 2.
Okay.
And I'll take that.
That's already scored up there, right? 3, 4.
Where?
I was just looking at this one.
Yes.
That's scored. That's not scored.
You're getting down to the bottom of the stack
the
here.
bottom of the stack. Let's see.
Oh, cool. You like Renature. Yeah, it's neat. It really is. It's a lot better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I was going to games not really sure. You're kind of like, I don't know if it looks like something we'd be into, but that's why we try everything. It's
and
like
that's
you never
also
know.
why I like to talk sort of about like our expectations, like when we do like our reviews and stuff, because I think we both go into games with sometimes the same expectation, but also, and it changes your perception of the game, and I always think that that's important for you to know that we, oh, this game was terrible, but we had an expectation that it was going to be better than it was, and sometimes you go into it thinking, this game's going to be garbage, and it's really good.
Yeah, it ends up being good, yeah. All right, so I'm going to put that wild there. I'm going to throw one of these guys here and go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and that's good. Because what I'm doing is there's no more you can add to this. So once she closes.
Oh, yeah.
Which is mine.
Oh, I see that. Did you have to point your toes down when you marched?
Did I? Not in the Marine Corps.
Yeah. In the marching band, you do. You have to roll your feet.
In the Marine Corps, you have to. It was all about slamming the heels of your boots into the pavement because it makes a loud thump.
Oh.
So when you've got like 60 guys all doing it at the same time, it sounds pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah. In the field show, you want to look like you're gliding across the grass.
Right, because that's what it's all
so
about.
You have to roll your feet. All right. Let's see. Ooh, let's do this. Ooh, actually, yeah. Okay, I'll do that. That's fine.
Do you find it fiddly?
This game?
Not at all. It's really. You just have to pay attention and remember to move your because you're scoring every time you go, basically.
Yeah, like I'll get another point there.
Yeah, so you've got to remember to move your scores, and you got to remember to score areas, but you're going to score them all at the end anyway. Mm-hmm. So it's not terrible. You just have to keep it in mind.
Yeah. Gotta say I was missing your content when you guys took a break. Oh, we're back.
We're back.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was...
We're and I mean if you've been following us for a while, you know that we take breaks sometimes. But the thing is we know, I think now we're both really good at like knowing when we're burning out.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that that's not going to mean we're going to make good content. Like if we're tired and we're, stressed out or we've stuff going on in our lives or we're having a baby,
yeah.
There's no reason to like push it if it means that we're not going to be, doing the hobby justice, doing you guys justice.
Absolutely no to us being Philly fans in any way, shape, or form. The majority
unsubscribe.
Yes, unsubscribe. The majority of South Jerseyans do love Philly teams, like Eagles fans, Phillies fans. It's ravenous down here, but no, not even close. The only sport I really follow is football. I do fantasy every year with a good close group of friends.
Until your team starts losing.
Yeah, once my fantasy, towards the end of the season, I don't make the playoffs. I stop watching football.
Yeah.
But as a team fan, I'm actually a 49er fan, believe it or not.
Yes, you've probably seen his T-shirt.
Yeah.
You wear your T-shirt.
Back in the day, I used to wear a lot of 49er gear, but not as much. Not so much anymore.
Let's see. I will put. I'm running low on pieces here. I'm gonna have to pull
Start
some
pulling
of these
pieces back.
All right, I'm gonna. But the problem is, well, that's scored. I'm gonna spend 2 clouds. So here's how this works. I'm gonna spend 2 clouds, and pull back this guy so that I can put him right there.
And
the clouds are worth points at the end of the game, so you kind of have to decide if that's worth it. Do you guys? Have you cried over a game? No, but I am not proud of this. However, when we were learning Islebound a very long time ago.
Yeah.
I may have thrown some pieces on the ground. Because I didn't understand the scoring, like the way
the prestige track was
the prestige track. To this day, I couldn't explain it to you without reading it from the rule book. And it just took me a while to like grasp. It was very abstract, and I think I was just tired or something. But
maybe you were hangry.
I was probably hangry.
Yeah.
I was so frustrated that I threw some dice. So that that was probably the closest I got to crying over a game.
And I was like, I think it's time. Maybe we took a little break from this game, and you're like, no, we're gonna finish it. I'm like, okay, well.
Oh God, of course I wanted to finish the game.
We're not gonna throw dice anymore.
I could have been winning. I just had no idea.
Had no idea. But after you eventually, it clicked and we were good. And you're like, well, I still don't agree with it. I'm like, well.
Oh, somebody said you spend clouds to change the wild. Yes, you do. You can spend clouds to change the wild, and you can also spend them to call back your.
So you call back your trees or your bushes, and you pay 1 per height level. So 1 for these little ones, up to 4 for the big trees. Yeah. You can also spend 3 clouds to take another turn. It's just expensive, in my opinion.
It is. It is. Unless you like really need it, and I don't know. Maybe I may just not be the best at this game.
Yeah, 2 clouds let you move the wilds, but I've actually gotten tiles that I've been able to really play in the positions I want to, so it hasn't become an issue yet.
For you.
For me.
For you. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm going to do this.
Oh, that was smart.
Thank you.
That was very, very smart.
I know.
Now you're learning.
Is it pronounced Renature? It means to restore the... Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning. Yeah, it probably is. We call it Renature just because, I don't know. It's what we've always called it, and it's hard to break that habit.
Not really sure.
But yeah, it probably is Renature.
I think.
Because we are bringing nature back.
I think so.
Into the lands.
That might be the truth.
Let's see. Oh, I may have missed some rules. Does the wild stay the same the whole... No, it doesn't. As we just explained, you can use the... Oh, I guess somebody else probably answered. So you can use the clouds to change the wild. We just haven't done it this game.
Haven't done it. Which we might at some point. There you go. I'll block you off, and you can finish scoring that.
Okay. Did you give me a point for this? Or did you give me a point for
that? No, you don't get a point for that. Oh, you do get a point.
I
just
get a
one.
point for that.
I get a point for that.
All right, now we score this.
Yeah, so you're going to get
and
6 points.
I mean,
That's a big one. That caught you right up.
Renature. Okay, we will make a concerted effort to continue to call this Renature.
All right, we're down to a handful of tiles. You're up.
A pile of tiles.
Pile. Tile. This is really good interaction, though, I gotta tell you.
This is so fun.
We were not expecting anybody to show up tonight, just to be quite honest, because...
Well, it was like really short.
This was so last minute, it's ridiculous. This is a Saturday night, people probably have plans. It's late, so nobody really in the UK is showing up.
Yeah, we did feel bad about that.
But it's like, normally we try to schedule one. If we do these again, we'll do them like, hopefully in the afternoon, but the problem is, again, this is like prime time, baby sleep time.
It is, yeah. And so unfortunately, that's when we're going to be doing this. She is not a board gaming fan yet, unfortunately. She tries to like eat the pieces and drools all over the boards.
Yeah, that's not a healthy way to play games.
Let's see. Think about what I want to do here. We're getting down to the last bits.
Yeah, I mean, COVID, true. Most people are in.
Yeah, that's true.
Hello, North Jersey. Nice. 2-player dueling game from Roxley. Dice Throne or Radlands. I think if you want a ton of variety, Dice Throne, because you can buy so many different characters and they all play incredibly different. And if you're okay with dice games, right?
Yeah.
If you're more into card battling, then Radlands for sure. Radlands is good. It definitely feels like a more trimmed down Dice Throne, but the thing is, you're not as unique in Radlands because your differences only come in the camps, and you draw 6 camps in the beginning and keep 3.
Right.
The camps are different, very different, and there's a lot of them. There's a nice thick deck of camps.
But I don't think you use your camps as much, as I mean, you do use them and they are important.
Yeah.
And they're probably the most consistent. They are the most consistent part of your gameplay for that particular game. But yeah, I would say really.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Really.
Yeah.
Giant oak tree.
We're gonna go with that giant.
Your giant oak.
All right. Oh, and by the way, at the end of the game, you lose points per height on any tiles left on your board. So
yes,
you do not want to have tiles on your board.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, just a friendly reminder.
I should get some of these out.
No, where's the triple word score? Board and online games.
Wait, Oh, you didn't score that yet.
No, I didn't pull it
Okay.
yet. But it's not going to go anymore.
We may not. Yeah.
Oh, Central Jersey. I grew up in Central Jersey. What part? Lots of Jersey folks. Yeah, clearly. This is incredible.
That's cool.
So, I take it you like Radlands. Yeah, Radlands is good. Really good. The cards are like this really neat plastic.
Yeah, it was really neat.
That is unlike any card I've played with before. And I said this in, I think in the review, or I typed it somewhere. But I have Too Many Bones, right? And that game, the production quality is like over the moon. And I mean, and it's priced that way, mind you. But the cards in that game are plastic, but they're really slick for some reason. So they, like, you could have the stack of cards that you're drawing from, and they literally just like lean and slide over. Like, they don't stand up, and they're kind of bent a little bit. So they don't really stay flush together. Where in Radlands, like, they hold together like cards, almost like they're sticking together. Which to me was like, wow, I wish most card games were like this, because you would never need to sleeve these cards.
Thinking about where I want to put this giant oak. There.
Top 2020 games. Some of the top 2020s. Well, we didn't play a lot of games in 2020, believe it or not. And we put out our video.
We played a lot of games. We didn't film a lot of games.
We didn't film a lot of games. But we didn't play a lot of new games.
No.
Like, we really...
Old games are games, too.
We step back. And also keep in mind, we do not, and this is probably not great of us as reviewers, but we don't go out to publishers and ask for games.
Yeah, I think that's like probably one of the biggest misconceptions is people ask us like, "Are you gonna play this? Are you gonna play this?" Like,
we're not asking for games. I know. I'm sure the standard practice is to email companies and say, "Hey, we'd like to review this game. Can you send us a copy?" Blah blah blah. We've done it in the past, and we've gotten games. Like,
I would say like probably years ago.
About a year ago. I'd say over a year ago was the last time we actually.
Over a year ago.
Well over a year ago. I think the last
ago.
few games we actually requested were like from Asmodee or Fantasy Flight, and they're like, sure, we'll send them to you. But we haven't asked since, and we don't ask for any games. We haven't asked for any games in over a year, so I think that's probably why we're in sort of I guess we're not even a dry spell. Like, we still have games to review.
We just had a baby.
And we had a baby, and I guess, and we just didn't have time. But I think we, obviously you could tell over the last couple of weeks we're really gearing up to.
The thing is this too. Like, it's hard. I don't want to say it's hard for us, like, because then it makes it sound like poor us or whatever. But like we do get games from publishers. We get a lot of Kickstarter requests, and I always feel bad taking like more on when we haven't covered stuff that we have received in the past. And that's why like a lot of our like games that we want to get to this year were actually games that we received or bought, in 2019.
Spending 2 clouds, folks.
Okay.
Bringing back
a
bush to put here.
Okay.
To score 2 points.
So anyway, we're really careful about that. So we're definitely like not going out and like seeking more. But we just have the kind of relationships with the publishers and things that, especially the ones that we, tend to really like the games and stuff, that they know that we're here for them to support them in what they're doing, and I guess vice versa. So we don't really ask. Let's see. See, I don't want to put that there.
The clouds are actually on this particular spot here. So you actually have to put...
You do. You have to put a tile down here.
Like, these are intentional, so...
Yeah. All right, well, maybe we'll do... I can't even...
At least that's my understanding. If I'm wrong, please tell me.
Oh, favorite South Jersey game store, Top Deck in Haddon Township. That's a little far for us. We actually go out to Westchester, Pennsylvania, to the Games Keep.
Games Keep.
Awesome store. It is now like about 45 minutes for us to drive, but we don't go anywhere else. Like, we go all the way out there to see them at that store. I can't remember. Carl is his name. Carl owns it, and they are just amazing. So we try to support him as much as we can. We have a hankering for a drive and games.
The closest game store to us is actually up in a town called Glassboro, where there's a college up there.
Is that Tiki?
No, it's called the comic book store. But it's half comics, half games. They don't really have a lot of games, but the Games Keep is like a warehouse of games, and he gets in everything new. It's crazy. So when we get a chance, we go there. I see you said New Brunswick. I grew up and went to high school in South Brunswick, so I spent plenty of time in New Brunswick. I know exactly what you're talking about.
1 point for this guy.
1 point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just moved to Westchester from Virginia.
Oh,
awesome.
wow.
Check out the Games Keep.
No, from Westchester to Virginia.
Oh,
so,
sorry.
Sorry.
You missed the Games Keep.
You won't be going to Games Keep anymore.
Games Keep.
That's unfortunate. Oh, man, this is bad.
That's funny.
All right, I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to put this neutral tree here. Do I want to do that? It's probably not a great move. Because you know what? I'm going to spend 2 of these and buy another bush.
Okay.
Bring another bush back and put that here.
Okay.
And score 1 point.
You sneaky little snake.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right. I really got to start shedding some tiles here.
Yeah.
Baltimore. After I get the games. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Kentucky.
And you can get some Caprigattis while you're up there too. Even though I think they're nationwide now.
Longer for you, no, I didn't help. Lux edition, though, so neat. Rowan, yes. Yes, Rowan, that's right. Yeah, we live probably 15 minutes, 20 minutes from Rowan.
Yeah.
South of Rowan.
So I'll do that. And I will pay a cloud to get one of these. I gotta reach, hold on. Ugh. This guy back. Boop. 1 point.
I have not played Res Arcana. I heard that's Take Thatty.
Yeah.
But I have no idea.
It's your turn.
Like Tiki 2. Yeah, Tiki. Yeah, that's near here as well.
Yep.
Did you take your points?
I did. My 1 point.
Your 1 point? Interesting. I have terrible
I live
tiles.
in Kentucky and we have the coolest game store called the Rusty Scabbard. That's cool. One of my dreams is to make like a board game B&B. You know? So you could come and like, there'd be a board game store there and you could buy games, but also you could stay in like thematic board game rooms.
There is one of those. I actually just saw that on Facebook. It's a board game hotel that has like 50 rooms, or it's like and every room is a different theme. It looks pretty crazy.
I know there's one, but I know it's like you know, Parker Brothers like games.
No,
or
this is
like
yeah,
it's
it's kind of like that, but it's got like just games in every room, and there's like a Pac-Man theme room.
That'd be so cool. Maybe my retirement.
Did you guys buy your new house already built, or did you have it built? It was already built.
Yeah.
Already built. Did not have
However, we did get the basement finished.
Yes, we did.
That was part of our deal. And we actually made the studio space specifically like for the studio, including like our overhead camera. There's a ceiling mounted electrical outlet so that we don't have a big cord running down anymore. So that was kind of neat to be able to have that input. Well, this isn't good, and I'll tell you why. I don't have the tiles.
You have clouds. You can.
I'm about to do that. I'm thinking about which.
I can't wait to find out what you're going to change it to.
That's nice. I don't like this at all. I would like to make it.
You only score drop points if the meeple is the same as the biggest size in the dirt. You get a point for the meeple, and every other meeple in that section that is of equal or lesser size.
All right, I guess we'll do this. So we'll close this off, and you can score all your points.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so diagonal doesn't matter. It only has to be the adjacent.
Yeah.
And these are inaccessible. Actually, no, that's not inaccessible.
Ooh.
So that can score.
Oh. Okay. All right. Your turn. It's your turn.
Oh.
It's your turn.
Well, that's not nice.
Really? It's not?
It's not.
Why?
Because I can't put a tile there.
Oh. Oh. Okay. No, that's fine. You go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to spend my 2 clouds, and I'm going to change the... Because we haven't done this all game. Yeah. So I'm going to make it the bat.
Yes.
I hope that helps you.
It does.
All right, well, very good.
Oh, Anthony, I always wonder what's the floating sphere in your background.
That is the Death Star.
That's the Death Star. Also a gift from me.
Yes, it was. Watch this move, though.
Okay.
And I'm going to take those 2 clouds.
Okay.
I'm going to get
I'll take that.
1, 2, 3 points. There you go.
Okay. Well, watch this.
Okay.
Move. Since you changed it to bats, I don't have to. And I can do this.
Oh, double bats.
Double bats.
Okay.
And I can then use 2 clouds to call back this guy over here next to my bat.
Okay.
And now I have...
You're going to get 2 points for that.
Majority.
And you sealed it.
I did.
You have 4, 5, 6 to my 3, 4, 5.
Correct.
So you're going to get 8. I'm going to get 4.
Yep. Look at all these beautiful sunflowers. We should have made like a little pot you can put them in, you know.
All right, so that is scored and done. So now it is my turn. So I will do...
Oh, somebody said they remember when we did our playthroughs and had the review on our couch.
Oh, yeah, that is... Wow, that's going back.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around. It was like 5 years ago.
Seriously.
So yeah, it's cool. Yeah, we've grown a bunch. We've learned a lot. This has been kind of like, it's, I don't know, it's just fun because we're able to like learn and just, I don't know, it's all like a challenge kind of. Didn't you close off 2 areas with that move? Where did you go?
You did.
Oh, I did. There. Yes, you are right.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you very much.
This. Good
and
call.
And actually, I knew that in my head, and I forgot to do it because I was so excited about that.
All right, so I get majority.
Yes, you get majority for that one.
So I get 7 to your 3.
But I do get 3 points.
Yep.
Yeah. How did you get? Did you give me my 8 points?
Yeah, you were 4 behind, and I got 4 points. So we actually ended up tied.
Oh, okay.
No, they're watching. Don't worry. There is no tape on this. That's the beauty of it. So it's your turn.
Why are you guys playing board games at 5 a.m.? Where are you from? Probably Europe somewhere. Yeah. Our baby's sleeping, so it is 11:38 at night here Eastern time. This is the only time that she lets us play games. So, well, we can play while she's awake, but it's not quite as elegant and peaceful. Is it my turn?
If you all like this flow, let us know. We'll do these more often. Now that we have the hookup, like totally, this is so easy to set up for now, and that's what we were kind of going for. And we'll definitely do more live plays, and I think it's kind of, but it's going to be for lighter games because you're not going to want to sit through like a 3-hour, brain burner.
Right. It's harder for us to answer questions that way too.
Maybe when we play City of Big Shoulders, you guys can sit for that one.
City of Big Shoulders. We have to get some other people to play that with us before we... I don't think I can place this. And I don't have clouds enough to...
You only have 1 cloud left?
I only have 1 cloud, so I can't change the...
If you can't place, you basically discard it.
You just lose it. Let me check. So this is not a bat. I have a badger and an owl.
The only other owl is here.
Yeah, but he's not
And it's
accessible.
Closed. Badger, no.
Yeah.
You don't have 2 clouds left to change it.
Yeah,
so you're not placing.
All right.
Sorry. So I get to place the last one because I do have a bat.
And I have to make this.
Just click the
button?
Yep.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, it wasn't charging.
My iPad is notoriously never charged, so even though I charge it all the time. I like how interactive you've been on this live show. It draws. Oh, you are very. Well, I'm very thankful that you said that.
Here we go. So I'm gonna put.
We're trying.
I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna score 2 points for that.
Live play some co-ops. That would be fun. That would be really good. Yeah, we could do that.
I do get to take this cloud.
There's no way to do a live playthrough of Ancient World and answer questions. I own it. It takes all my focus to play that game. Yeah. We're up late. Yeah, thankfully we are used to being tired. So
so
we have recalibrated ourselves and we're able to operate on very little sleep. Have you all gone down the 18xx rabbit hole yet?
No.
Oh, speaking of City of Big Shoulders. No, but I'm watching
I think
it.
we're on the top
over
stair
top of that,
and we're looking down.
that dark rabbit hole.
Yeah, so we're trying to figure that out if we want to make that journey.
Because I do enjoy
or we
the
just
taste
or we leave that to heavy cardboard because they do such a
great
good job
with
of it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of their thing.
Yeah. Okay, that's our last deal, right?
Yeah. So we'll do some final scoring here. So once you're out of tiles, game's over. And now score any errors that have not been closed off.
All right, yeah, so let's think. This is like when they're not even, they drive me crazy.
All right, so we just start at the top. So this one hasn't been closed off, so we're going to score it. You're going to get 2 points.
Okay.
But nobody gets the tiles. That's the thing. So 2 points.
Yes.
1, 2.
Okay.
Right here, another one, you're going to get 2 more points.
I see what you did down here.
Yep.
You're a bugger.
1, 2. Boom. I get the 5 points for this guy, but I don't get the token, unfortunately. 5.
Okay. 6 and 3.
I'm going to get the 6. You're going to get the 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nothing here. Oh, it's a wash.
So
no points.
You really took all those points.
Oh, this guy got the majority.
And this one too. See, I'm just blabbing.
Yeah.
I'm just taking all the points.
So that's why we need to do more live playthroughs.
So he can win more.
Because she's so distracted that it's great. You're going to get 6 points though because the neutral player gets the 13. So
and I will get the 6.
You will get the 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Cool. So now.
Now I'm going to score 3 more points for clouds.
And
you
I will
score
get 1. 1, 2, 3.
Now you flip over all of your sunflowers.
These sunflower tiles, and you have
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 points.
10. So you are at 92. You're at 102.
All right.
And I am at 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12.
1, 2, 86, 96.
Now I lose 1 point for having 1 grass, and you lose
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. Wow, that's not good.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, there's
10.
a 2. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep.
8. 96. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right.
88.
That's it.
That's the game.
It's all right. I have fun now.
This is good. Yeah, this is great.
This is fun. I did enjoy this.
Yeah, this is a fun one. It's fast. You see, it was pretty quick.
Yeah, it's pretty, and it's a lot quicker, especially if like you're not talking about
it.
But I like that it is one that you can chat through and kind of have fun with. And I do like the strategy of the neutral tiles. Like
with 2 players.
I was kind of
really
saying
cool.
before, it's like it's almost like there's an AI that you're controlling, which is really cool in a 2-player game because a lot of times, especially with area control, 2-player can get a little weird if there's no AI, and having an AI component can be kind of annoying sometimes if it's not done well. So
yeah, that's when there's a lot of bookkeeping.
Yeah, or you're doing this thing where you're playing extra people, so it's like instead of playing everybody gets 1 tableau, you're playing 4 other people. But I like it this way. This is cool.
No, this is good. Let's go through the last
minus
bit of
for the
comments.
remaining plants. Yeah, we did take our points. Yep, we took them away. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, so we can have a chat here.
Scroll back. We'll
Pretty
go
good
over.
Score. I'm gonna scroll back and see if we miss
any questions.
We may miss questions. I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah,
but
this
if we
was
do, then,
really good interaction.
Yeah, then we will do this
Thank
again.
you for making this fun.
Yeah, this was super.
We were like totally not expecting this to be anything. Just like I said, because we
really
on the whim we're
like,
hey, let's just do a live playthrough and see if this even works.
Right.
But the tech part was actually pretty easy.
Yeah, it worked out nice. It was good. Wow, this goes all the way back.
Yeah,
I think we did a pretty good job keeping up with.
Yeah, if there's any question that wasn't answered, you want to
just
drop
shoot it in
now?
the
yeah,
shoot it in again, and we
can
have a chat, and we'll hang out for a while. She's still sleeping, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
Is there anything you're curious about?
Yes. Animal games, Red Raven games are the games I've been getting into.
New York Zoo vibe,
Yeah,
but
us too.
much more strategy. Yeah, I'd say it has the vibe of it, but it's definitely it's different in its own way.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because it looks like a tile placement, like a polyomino kind of tile placement game.
But
it's not.
It's more like mahjong or
right. Oh, it's more like dominoes.
Dominoes, yeah. Playing dominoes.
Yeah. Going back, I remember Francis making a homemade tabletopper and Anthony's Gates of Loyang play. Yeah.
My solo play.
Yeah, I did. I made a handmade tabletopper. Actually, we made 2 of them. The first one I did a YouTube video about it. But it was pretty cool. It was a neat design. I was really proud of it, actually. And we still have it somewhere
it's around
upstairs,
here
I think. And then we actually did another iteration of it. The first one I made, though, was so cool because it was double-sided. So, like, we had a light side and a dark side for, like high-key and low-key games.
Yeah, so they showed up differently on camera.
The second one that I made was the last tabletop that we used in, I guess, videos circa, like, 2018, 2019.
And that's right over there.
Which is over there. Yeah. And we used, like, a micro suede on that one, which I got at a discount at Joanne Fabrics. If you're looking to make your own, like, I could talk about that with you and kind of walk you through it.
It's really easy. It's pretty inexpensive.
We, like, put it on top of an IKEA table, and that was our table for, like, years and years. So that's awesome. Yeah, I'm so glad to hear that people have been sticking around for that long.
That's funny.
People want to see more of this, which is cool. Definitely will do it. I really enjoy this.
This is fun. We had planned on either doing this or an actual just a Q&A, but I think a Q&A is just can get kind of dry because it's just
like let's
ask questions and answer questions, and I mean they're interactive and all, but at least you can do it while playing a game even better, right? Because you get to we get to showcase a game and then actually answer some questions, because we do get a lot of questions on comments, and we try to get to them as much as we can. We're actually going to make a video segment on just answering questions, right? Because we get the same questions a lot of times.
Right.
Like, where did you get that red and black container?
Might as well just answer that question now.
I don't know where it is, but I think it's down here. But
is it?
It might be, but we always get asked about it, and I don't know. We keep talking about it. It's
no, of course.
I don't know where it is. Actually, it might be upstairs, but because we do a lot of our practice gaming upstairs, on the coffee table. But we have Board Game Boost made this. Well, Pete, he's our good friend, personal friend of ours, lives up in Pennsylvania, but he gives us a lot of like his test
like
acrylic.
Prototypes,
and he sells a ton of them, and he made this Caddy Max, and it's great.
Yeah.
And people see it and they love it, and we love it. I mean, we use it for every game. It's just a nice way to store your little pieces.
Yeah.
So people ask about it all the time, and he actually had to like stop producing for a little while.
Yep. The wooden component containers that you see us use are actually, because this is another question we get too. Yeah. Do you have those down here?
I'll bring them up.
Okay. They are from a company called Dogmite Games, and they were actually a gift to me from my stepdad, who like obviously is into board gaming, knows we're into board gaming. So they're really kind of neat. Like they click together and they come in a dice tray. So hold this up too, because they all sort of fit into this like dice tray type of thing. And this was a Kickstarter, and I have to tell you, I don't know if they're still making them or not. Like if you can get one, like if you can get a set or whatever, they're awesome. They're really classy and stuff. It was like continues to be the longest Kickstarter I think I've ever, one of the longest Kickstarters I've ever seen. They're still fulfilling these orders. I think it took us 2 years to get these after he backed the Kickstarter for me for my birthday.
Yeah. They're great.
Once we got them, it was fantastic.
I love them. There's 2 more. They're around here somewhere.
And they come in like all different, like you can choose which, inserts and stuff you want. But they did take a long time to get here, so I want to be really transparent about that. So that was pretty cool.
But they're great.
Yeah, they are really, really good. We have... Somebody loves their Ant Labs mug. Oh, nice. I'm glad. Oh, I have to fix the website, though. We have... so we do have, like, some T-shirts and stuff. We don't, like, run... I don't know how you even put those. I know some people, like, put them on their YouTube. But anyway, we have them on our website. I know somebody messaged me about they wanted to get a mug this week. And something's wrong with the website. So if you... try to go over there. Don't buy anything because it's not working right now. But yeah, we do have mugs and stuff. I'm gonna scroll back up. You guys are up late. Yeah, somebody asked what time it is. It is 11:50 p.m. here on the East Coast. Do you like co-ops? Yes.
Oh yeah, of course. We actually got into not too long ago a lot of adventure games.
This was last year. That's all we did. Last year,
like when Fantasy Flight put out the Atomic Bonds expansion for the Fallout game.
Yeah.
It was like this little deck of cards that you add to the game, and it turns a semi-co-op / competitive game into a full co-op game, which basically changed the face of the game and made it playable for us. And really enjoyed it.
Really cool. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, played that. We played and just other stuff like we were just pulling out.
We played Gloomhaven, the Jaws of the Lion.
Jaws of the Lion, really like that. Yeah. So there's a lot of co-ops that we kind of dust off and bring out. And we have so many games on our shelves that we haven't even really dug into yet that I think we really wanted to. And that's why we really haven't asked for a lot of games from publishers.
Right.
Because we want to start to go through our collection and start doing playthroughs for games that we haven't played for or done videos yet. Like we've played them.
Games that are like accessible to you all as well, because I know that that's frustrating when we focus on just like what's hot. Like first of all, these are going to be the most expensive games if you can get them where you are. When there's a ton of really great games that have been covered and then kind of forgotten, which is unfortunate, I think. And we started our channel playing I'm going to say older games, but just games that were in the collection at the time. Yeah. And I think that there's a lot of value in that, I think. So
there's the cult of the new, right? Where everybody wants to get the new hotness games, and everybody's fighting to see that, but not everybody wants to buy brand new stuff. They want to still enjoy some of the older stuff because there's a lot of great games out there.
Exactly. And somebody mentioned, do we like to play it too? I don't think there are a great like 18xx for 2. That is true, and that's also why we kind of struggled with City of Big Shoulders, because we got it, and I think we talked about this in one of our update videos or something, but we were excited about it. Got it to the table. I was a little like, okay, this is going to be a heavy, thinky game, and we sat down and played it. It really wasn't like super heavy.
No, it's not that bad.
But with the two of us, it's like we're buying stock in each other's companies, and we're building our own company, and it was kind of like a wash.
Any game where you're buying and selling stock in each other's companies
really steer away from
does not work with 2 players.
Games at 2.
It just doesn't.
But the stock games that we played last year, that we played with more than 2 people,
we played with
like
4 or 5 people,
were
really fun. So I think if we can get that group, and her family plays games, so we actually can get some of these to the table. And City of Big Shoulders is one that we want to get back to the table.
Right.
The original Tesla vs. Edison was heavy stock.
Yes.
And then they put out an expansion which eliminated that, completely changed the rules, and then we loved it. So, I mean, this is something that we're trying to maybe expand into, but we definitely want more people.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Thanks for the info. Though this is all about the game, and I've already forgotten the end of the game.
Yes, she's wiped this from her memory.
I've wiped it. I wipe all my losses. Not into buying anything. Oh, so this person says they're not into buying anything this year. And it reminded me of a question that we get a lot, which is like, how do you get your games? And I know we think we might talk about this at some point in the future, but we trade for a lot of games. So if this looks like something you want, if anything on the channel looks like something you want, again, give it a little bit of time to like become less hot, I guess.
Yes.
And you'd be surprised like what people end up buying this stuff because they think it's like the hotness, or they think it's like the best game, and then they play it and it's not for them,
And then trade it.
Maybe they didn't watch our video. I don't know.
Look, if we get a game from a publisher,
and they trade it.
We'll be full disclosure. Any game we get from a publisher, we do not trade or sell. Period. I just think that's not the way to do it. If anything, I'll donate it to a game store and people can play it, right? Or we donated a bunch of games to a bunch of students in Alaska.
And thank goodness we did. It was like December of 2019,
right
fall
before
2019,
COVID.
Right before COVID hit. Thank
we just
goodness.
Sent on us. It was like over $100 to ship it.
Yeah.
And we sent a bunch of games out there just for them to distribute to all these kids who are in these remote locations, so they can enjoy board games. But anything we get from publishers, we don't sell them for personal profit. We don't trade them. I don't feel right trading them. So only games that I've bought will I actually trade for another game.
Yeah.
And that's what you do. Go on to BGG. You can find so many good trades.
Yeah, definitely. Because what you might like, somebody else doesn't.
But don't end up like me and trade away games you end up eventually wanting to trade
back. And that will
be
a video.
I've
I
done
think
that.
we have a list of like games we traded away.
Traded away and I immediately regretted it. And I ended up trading to get them back.
Yes.
And it's terrible, but I've done it.
Yeah. So that's coming. Let's see. Just want to know what some of your favorite games are. I think we'll talk about that on an upcoming video too.
Yeah.
But if you, I mean, we both really enjoy heavy Euros. We like adventure games.
My favorite style game. Honestly, it's funny because you think it would be Euros because we play so many of those, but I really like a good thematic adventure game. Mm-hmm. Even like a thematic like pick up and delivery. Like I like Firefly. I really like to play that game. There's a lot of good like RPG adventure type card games.
Yeah.
Awakened Realms does some crazy stuff, and I know you guys are well familiar with their stuff, especially with the recent
ISS Vanguard. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, when I even caught wind of that, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be ridiculous, and it is. It looks like it's gonna be awesome.
Somebody asked if we ever played Mexica. It's by the same designers. No, we have not. Showcasing the game is nice. Thank you. What animal do you see the most when you go to the zoo? Do you want to see most?
No, do we want to see most?
That's a thematic question.
That's interesting. I like to see the rhinos, to be honest.
Do you really?
I do.
I didn't know that.
No, okay. Well, when we go to the Philadelphia Zoo again.
Yes.
When the world opens up.
When the world opens, yeah. I don't know. I like to see all of them. I just remember the last time we went to the zoo, we took the kids, and it was like 1,000 degrees outside, and we got to see like the reptile house, and then we went home.
Yeah, because it was 1,000 degrees outside. Okay. What else have we got?
Giving a negative review, knowing the developers. I don't know if that was really a question, but okay.
Oh, ever feel guilty for giving a negative review,
knowing the developers?
Yeah.
No.
Uh-uh.
Because what it comes down to is what you would consider a negative review is like this game. Like I think if a reviewer says this game is terrible, they should at least tell you why they feel it's terrible, right? Because it's a very personal opinion when you tell somebody a game is good or bad,
right?
And was it good? Because you could love a game, and somebody else could hate it, right? So there are games that people love and rave about that I just don't find enjoyable, right? So if there's a game that we review because we've agreed to review it,
right?
Then and it's not really enjoyable, we'll say, look, this isn't for us. Like this it wasn't into it. It's not really something I love, but it is what it is. Somebody else is gonna like it, and that'll be that.
Right. Yeah, I never feel guilty for it because it's like, I mean, people put a lot of work into these things, so I'm hesitant ever to kind of completely trash something that somebody obviously has put a lot of work and like heart into. But
if the game looks like somebody called it in, and it was made with cheap components, like look, people rave. I always use this example. People rave about Food Chain Magnate.
Yeah,
we've played it. We played it with 4 or 5 people at Dice Tower Con one year. And you know what? From a game perspective, it's probably one of the most take-that-y games I've ever played. It's vicious.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's heavy in that you've got a lot of choices and a lot of like.
You have a lot of stuff to manage.
A lot of stuff to manage, right? Because it's like running a fast food chain.
Right.
But it looks like it was done on a pad of graph paper. Like that was the components, and I'm just like, they really called this in, and they want $100 for this game. Like,
Yeah.
Sorry. So is the gameplay fun? Yeah. Would you ever play it again? Nah.
Yeah.
Because I can't look at a board like that. It just, to me, I'm like, that. To me, that feels like you called it.
Well, and I think that, again, it's tough for us, too, because we don't review games all the time. Like, we're not every day filming games. It's hard to get to the table games that we really don't want to play, to be honest with you. Which is why I think this year we're trying to spend more time doing some ancillary videos where we can kind of talk about, okay, here's some games we traded away, and we're glad they're gone. Which that video is coming too. So, but also, ones we traded away that maybe weren't right for us at the time, we want back. So there's a lot of games we play that you don't get to see on the channel just because we do not have the time. But honestly, if I'm going to sit here for a couple hours and play games, it's not going to be a game that I'm going to play through completely because that's what we do, and then like tell you how much it was a waste of life.
Right. No, I agree. But, so those are some topics coming in some of our list videos.
Seize the Bean, 3 years and counting to the
that one. I tell you, we did a playthrough for that.
We did.
We're actually on a card.
We are on a card in that game.
There are 2 games now where we are on components for. Seize the Bean is one of them. So I'm anxious for that to come out just so I can see the card.
Maybe they're like trying to perfect your hair or something.
I don't know. It's taken them that long to do that. But that's one of them.
Yeah.
The other one is Tavern Masters. We are a card.
We are like a sorcerer card. Yeah. It's cool. Let's see. Love that idea for the channel. Cool. I think games have been around long than older games that need new playthroughs. Yeah, it's cool too. Let's see. People don't cover old games much. I agree, and I don't love that.
Yeah, look, reviewers. I'm telling you, reviewers are looking for subscriptions and views. Like that's the big draw to being on YouTube, right?
Everybody, like a lot of YouTubers.
Everybody, like
new
even,
camera comes out, I gotta do a review.
Even that's the way YouTube works, right? And that's the way social media works. It's like, what is the new hot thing?
Well, especially if you're getting paid to do it.
If you're getting paid to do it, like, and we're not, so we've kind of said, look,
we have some flexibility.
We have a lot of flexibility, and we're going to try to put out as much content as we can to stay fresh and to keep people, subscribing to the channel, because at the end of the day, subscribers equals, I did a whole thing on this in another video, but subscribers equals, how many people are going to come and watch your videos, which typically translates into views, which makes you more appealing for publishers and developers to want to work with you.
Right.
Like it's a whole spiral effect. It's the way business is, right? This is a business for these guys and gals, and that's what they want. They want to make money. So when they put a game in a reviewer's hands or to do playthroughs, they are hoping that that's going to get them publicity and turn them into sales. So
so that's why, but it's also why we have flexibility.
Which is why because we don't, and we always keep harping on we don't charge, because people don't either believe it,
right,
or they ask us 100 times, what does this mean you don't charge? And it's like, well,
they're like, why do you do this if you don't charge?
I'm telling you, when a publisher wants us to do a review, the first question is, what is your rate? And I'm like, I wouldn't even know what to charge you for this if there was such a thing, but we don't charge anything. And then like, okay, so how do we work with you? And then, we make it a point of being very clear with what we want from a timing perspective. Like if they need it delivered by a certain day and we can't make it, we'll say, no thanks, we're not going to do it.
Right, yeah.
If we can make the deadline, we're
happy to do it later, or like
we make the review and we post it by deadline. But we're trying to stay away from Kickstarters now as best we can.
I think we talked about this before too, so not to harp on that, but we got lost in this kind of like Kickstarter where we were like wanting to do all the not all the Kickstarters. We were actually like, I'm going to cut down on Kickstarters, and we took on a whole bunch. And it was just
and like there's certain companies who do Kickstarters that we will continue to always work with, because we have a relationship with them. We've been working with them for years, and we know the the people there.
Yeah.
So we'll continue to do those, but there's a handful of those.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Sorry.
A lot of discussion about Calico, and that would be a good one to do another live play. Agreed.
Yes.
We just played this a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Awesome.
Somebody
said it was sneaky thinky, and that is absolutely accurate.
Yep.
So that was fun.
Great
we'll definitely
point.
Do that one too.
We will absolutely choose Calico for our next live playthrough.
Live play / hangout.
Yep.
Yes. Let's see. What else do we have here? It's a little brain burner. Yeah, it is good. Good policy on games from publishers. I respect that. Thank you. How to math trade would be a good video for your channel.
I've never participated in a math trade. So
it would be a bad video for our channel.
If you could do a video for me, I'd love to watch it, because I don't know. I've it's been explained to me before, and I was like, whoa, that's a lot going on there. But it seems like a really cool thing, and I would definitely probably jump into it.
Right. It's a Wonderful World is wonderful. That's one that actually we've been looking at.
We've looked at it.
I've not picked it up yet.
We would definitely do that. We got to try to get a hold of it, though.
Yeah. So I said Calico would actually be the least chatting game for live stream. Yeah.
And considering, if you remember earlier, that I'm not working, we're not in the market for buying a lot of new games right now. So if I can trade for stuff, I'll do that until I land another job, and then we'll get back into buying games again.
Do you like Aventura, Anthony?
I did. I thought it was pretty cool.
Aventura.
Aventura, we played it a long time. This was a long time ago, and it was a pretty cool card game.
I always get owned. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's one of those, like, I find some of those card games a lot of bookkeeping and a little bit of fiddliness that turns me off. I think Mistfall was the other one that I played that was, I really wanted to get into it. I just couldn't get it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get past some of the fiddliness and some of the difficulty, because it ramped up a bit too much for me. If it's too hard and I'm getting my butt kicked in the first level, and that's also another reason why I haven't really gotten into Too Many Bones too much, because I love it. It's beautiful. It's got such great components. The character development is so cool.
Right.
But it's so brutal, and you get beat down so bad early on.
You have to, because you're trying to like learn your
Yeah, so I think we just need more time with that one.
Yeah.
Gloom of Kilforth is a card game I actually really like, and I have the expansion for it that I haven't opened yet and dug into. So it's like one of those things that I have a lot of games that I want to tear open and get into that I haven't yet that are on the shelf.
But I think that it's time.
It's time.
We're at that point, which is good. Let's see. Up here. Good solo mode. Rhino's cool, yeah.
Wow, we're way behind here.
I missed the chart and missed the start. Any chance you could start over? Sorry.
Actually, I think YouTube records this.
Right, so we will. So hopefully, it's recording. And
I think it is. So we're gonna actually make it post so people can rewatch this.
Oh, somebody asked if I'm excited for the return of Chip and Joanne. Yeah, Joanna Gaines.
You do love them.
It's so much fun. If those of you who don't know, those of you who follow us for a long time know that we renovated this old farmhouse a couple of years ago. I bought it like super cheap and then got like a loan to put some money into it, and it was kind of like a little personal project.
Yep.
But we did live there for a while, and I think it took longer to do the renovations just due to having a really crappy contractor than we actually spent living there. But it was a good experience, and yes, I'm excited to see them come back.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody can't wait to get Red Cathedral.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It's a good one too.
That was a really good one.
Ariane Genway. Oh, somebody is asking Genway. Sorry. Let's see. Onirim. We have that on. I have that on my phone actually.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool one.
That was a really good one. Let's see. Do you need your readers for this?
No.
Let's see.
Yeah, getting old's not fun.
Beyond the Sun. We haven't played that.
You know, I that one caught my eye. I'm interested in it. It looks very dry. But I would give it. So there's a couple of games on my wish list, and if we can get a hold of them, we'll definitely do them on the channel. So that's certainly one like the one we just talked about before.
What a Wonderful
World.
What a
Wonderful World, and Beyond.
Beyond the Sun.
The Sun is definitely another one.
Yeah, anything space, we're there for.
Yeah, I love space games.
I enjoy working with wild animals. Do it for free, so you understand playing board games. Thank you. Yes, it's a love thing. Somebody, I saw a good question here. When a rulebook leaves you with questions other than Board Game Geek, what else do you do to find answers to those questions from games? We watch videos, just like you guys do.
Videos are the way to go, right?
Yeah.
At first I check if Paul Grogan has a video up.
Yes.
See if there's one with
Rodney
Rodney
has a
Smith.
video, yeah.
So those are like the two go-tos to see about rules.
They always do a great job getting the rules right. Because that's what they do.
That's their job. That's what they get paid to do. That's what their specialties are. That's their passion, right? And they do it very well. And that's so you go there. If it's a game we're reviewing and we can't get it right, we email the designer or publisher and say like, what is going on with this? How do we do this? And they're usually pretty good to get back to us, especially because we're doing a playthrough.
Exactly.
But
they want to see it
there are some bad rule books out there. There's no question. And it's and while we do these reviews, just a little tidbit, like we'll learn a game, we'll do the playthrough and we'll have questions and we go back with the designers and say, hey, this part isn't very clear, and then they'll still be working on the rule book, so they'll actually incorporate that clarification in there because we didn't really quite understand. It's like, all right, we'll make it more clear, and it's helpful.
Yes.
If we can get our hands on it early enough. Avoiding because it's a bad so it is a tech tree game, exactly, which is what I thought, and it looks very dry from a tech tree. Just the graphic arts is very dry.
Do you want to take that one?
Any plans to work before you play again? Their channel was really taking off.
Yeah, look, their channel definitely took off. We don't have any plans to work with them again. For a number of reasons I'm not sure I want to go into.
Yeah, I don't think so.
To be quite honest, I don't think it's really it's personal reasons that we're not going to be working with them.
And the decision was, I actually don't want to say it was mutual. It was very much I think their decision to go take off and kind of do their own thing.
And
we totally respect that.
Totally. So we wish them nothing but luck. And we're going to do our thing, they can do theirs.
Yep. Let's see. Are you planning to play Flourish after the release this year? I don't know because I don't have it. We don't have any plans to, but that could change. Rado did a math trade years ago. Yeah, we just have to kind of research that.
Big Apple is next Dr. Finn game. Yeah, we normally get every one of Finn's games, and this is one we didn't get.
Yeah, we didn't. Seventh Continent is hard to beat too. Yeah.
Seventh Continent, that's another one I have. I have the
we started
What Goes Up Must Come Down expansion still in shrink. I need to get to that.
Right.
Space Base we like that one quite a bit.
Oh, Mr. E's Game World when you're in Berlin, when you're back to buying games. We'll check it out.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Tech Tree the game.
Yeah.
Tigris and Euphrates.
We've not.
They told us to play it.
So we will.
They're not asking.
We will try to find. We will try to find that. We don't have it, so.
Yeah. Yeah, very chess-like. We'll probably like it then.
Okay.
Oh, Space Base.
Yeah, we like that one.
We do play through on Space Base.
We did not.
Space Base.
We even have the expansion.
We do. We have the expansion, everything. And actually, I would say that Space Base was probably one of our most played games in
groups.
Like 2019.
Yeah, 2019. We played it a lot. We
played
it a lot.
Tons of Space Base.
It's just one you can bring anywhere, and anybody can learn it.
Yeah, that's the thing is like you can take it out pretty much wherever you go. And people pick it up really quick even if they're not gamers. So is there a game that most people seem to like that you just don't? For me, it's Spirit Island. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Is there a game that most people seem to like? Yeah.
Which one?
Blood Rage.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Don't like it.
Yeah.
Just not into it. We've played it with a group. We played it a couple times.
It.
I had it.
Yeah.
I traded it away.
Traded it away.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah. I can't think of one. I guess another one actually. You know what? One I couldn't really get behind is Root.
Yeah, same.
And I'll
Root.
tell you why. I can actually tell you why because it is, I think, an excellent game in its structure. Like they do these really great asymmetrical things, but for 2 players, it's just not. It's same with Vast.
Same with
right?
Vast.
So
yeah.
we played Vast.
You have to play the same.
You have to be the same
character
when you play with 2. So it's like you don't get to pick.
Yeah, not for us.
It's like, be the
there was there's this. We have Root and the expansions. Huge hype for it. We played it once. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, Root was fun though. I know. And again, well, the question was which games
does everybody like that we don't? So that's just not. It's not our style.
And again, I'm not saying it's terrible. Don't buy it. Right. I'm saying it's definitely it has its place.
People like it for a reason.
But I'm just not like itching to get it to the table and figure it out. So, not with the 2 of us anyway.
Yes, too many bones. You took it out, you played it, put it away, played it, put it away. That sounds exactly like my experience.
Yeah.
And you have to learn from scratch every time you take it out.
Right. What's your favorite game for 2 players? We played a lot of 2 players.
Wow. Yeah, we play.
All of our games,
pretty much everything, yeah.
Specifically for 2 players, God, I could do a whole list on this too. One of my favorites actually is Seven Wonders Duel.
Yeah, that's actually, I think I would agree with that. That's probably one of our favorite 2-player only games.
If you expected that or not, but that's probably one of my favorites.
Defense, no, haven't played it. We would play it.
Yeah, I think somebody asked. Have you played Australia? No, we have not. That's another one that I would play.
I would play that.
Yeah, I pretty much play anything. But
yeah.
2 players, Paladin of the West Kingdom.
Did you back any games? We did not back a single game on Kickstarter in 2020.
No, we didn't. Yeah.
2020 was a rough year.
Well, it was a weird year for everybody, I think. And plus, we had the baby in July, so it was like the first half of the year was me just being really tired and also having COVID hit, and it affected both of our work, and so it was kind of a mess. And then the last 6 months were just kind of like making sure that the child
it was a baby year
and stuff. So
heaviest game we like is probably Anachrony.
Is my favorite game.
Yeah.
I will still put a pin in that one.
Good question is, what game was too heavy that we didn't want to spend the effort learning?
What?
Yeah.
I don't know
was
if there
just
was
too
one.
heavy that we were just like, you know what, we're not going to bother with this. I don't think we've turned down a game for being too heavy.
No. Like I said, the only one has been...
There's Fiddly.
Well.
And the original Kanban was one
like
we
played
played.
Earlier.
We played a few rounds of it and then we put it away. And then I traded it. So I'm hoping the new one is better.
Yeah.
And we'll see, because we're going to have it shortly.
The thing is, like I said,
we're actually borrowing that.
We are borrowing it. City of Big Shoulders, we thought was going to be too heavy, and again, I think because it was like the 2020 year, and I was just like, I don't have the mental capacity for this. But when we sat down and played, it actually wasn't.
It wasn't that bad. It's just the stock purchasing bit was not good for 2 players.
Yeah, I mean, if you did City of Victual, yeah.
Have we? No, we've not tried the Oceania expansion for Wingspan.
Yes.
Twilight Imperium is way too heavy for me. No, I've never played that.
Yeah.
I'm not into those like 4X.
But not because it's too heavy, right?
That seems like a really big scale 4X space game, which I think with a group and 2 days to burn, I would do it.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Right.
But I'd want to play with some experienced players who could basically teach me the ropes while we're doing it. And again, I think it's like you're talking about an 8-hour gaming session. I think with a big group.
Yeah.
Yes,
Feudum that's a really, really good one.
But we liked it. It is fiddly. You're no doubt it's fiddly. And I think when we first tried to learn it, I was just like,
we were both. I think we both. That was one that we had to like step outside of it. Like we had to both sort of like learn it to the extent that we were able to, and then come together.
And they had a really good like tutorial video that like the publisher put out, the designer put out. And it still didn't make sense. And then, but once it clicks, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it was very smart. Like the design of that was just so smart. Yeah.
That's it.
It was a lot of rules.
Good with Biffily.
Oh, that was your video. Thank you. Yeah. Clinic.
Cool. I learned from.
You learned from Mark Swanson.
Yeah, cool.
Nice
yeah,
guy.
he was super nice.
Any space games that we like? I like Firefly.
Yeah.
The
Somebody
Firefly
mentioned that I think in the comments.
Yeah, that's to me that's one of the better pick up and delivery type games.
Yeah.
I really like that one. I think Star Wars Outer Rim is a fun adventure game.
Yeah, totally.
It's in need of an expansion because I think it's limited with what you get. If they put an expansion out for that game, over the top. It's just a really good, well done game. It's kind of like, I think of it as Firefly condensed but rethemed as Star Wars.
Right. I still like Alien Artifacts. Not really a space game, but it's kind of spacey.
Eclipse or Xia. We did a playthrough for Eclipse, the new version, which we thought was pretty good. But it's a very, it's a game where it's us going at each other, and I don't really like that. Xia, we've been told to play that.
Yeah,
because that's more of like a really just a sandbox space game, which I think would be cool. We just don't have it.
Gaia Project we did do, so we have a video on Gaia Project.
Yep.
Also fun.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
I like
really,
Gaia
really
Project
good one.
a lot. Like it better than Terra Mystica.
Yeah. Feudum is a pain to teach. Yes, it is.
Margovia, never played it. Don't have it.
Which one? Where are you at?
The bottom.
Oh, Mangrovia.
And Empire of the Void 2 was pretty good too, yeah.
Somebody said best game for a 7 to 9-year-old. I will have so many good ones. Actually, I think it's on my schedule to do this weekend. Yeah. We'll see if we get to it. But we do have a video coming out about like kind of best games for kids that don't suck. So there's a bunch of really good ones.
There's a good one. Right now, so it gets another bit of personal information, just so you understand, not news, but information. So we were both previously married.
Yes.
Both divorced and both remarried to each other.
Yeah, you're stuck with me now.
So I'm stuck with her. But I have 4 children from my previous marriage.
Yes.
That are now her stepchildren.
Yes.
Who stay with us every other week.
Yeah. Ages 9 through 15.
9 through 15. So when it comes to what games, obviously they are into the game. Some of them are.
Yeah.
About 50% of them are.
Oldest and the youngest.
Oldest and the youngest. The two in the middle, they would rather play Fortnite. But my daughter is 9. So this 7 to 9, what games I could tell you, she loves, her favorite game is King of Tokyo.
King of Tokyo, yeah.
Loves it.
Yeah.
But she's open to other games. My Little Scythe we have with her.
My Little Scythe is great. We did do like the Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride like Junior wasn't that into
it's
that.
Like
they're too light.
Too light. The one that she liked is Fairy Tile, and that's one of my favorite ones that I feel like nobody ever talks about. Yeah. And it's the coolest like introduction to not just like tile placement and tile exploration, but also movement, line of sight. Like it teaches them cool. All these cool
for
things.
For a kid's game, it's pretty good.
In this little package of like a knight and a princess and you know, so a dragon or something. Yep. In a wee little story. Anyway, I'll get into that I think on that other video. So stay tuned for that because we have a couple of really good recommendations.
Hey, that's my fish and battle sheep. Okay, we'll look at those. Anachrony, yeah, that's a good one. Definitely check that one out. It's crazy heavy. Yeah. And the components are absolutely beautiful.
Cerebria. How about Cerebria? That's not space.
We have Cerebria.
It's all in your head.
Yeah. Right? we could probably do a playthrough of that. So let's save that for a playthrough. We did another prototype. And I think we need to start doing like the problem is
I
we
would do
get
that.
with Mind Clash, we were given
Yeah.
a lot of prototype work for
Yeah.
their Kickstarters.
Yeah.
So a lot of their big games we were doing just prototypes. So
Right.
we haven't redone them, and a lot of it's changed since
Yes.
since they actually
Yeah.
produced them. So
And they're so good in production.
and that's the problem. It's like we
So-
get these games that are like half baked, and we do a playthrough of it, and then people like 4 years later are like, "Your video's all wrong. It's the worst thing ever." And
I
I'm
know,
like,
but
"Dude, that's
it was a prototype.
the rules
They
were
weren't
on
even
like
done.
were on like 8.5 by 11, man. Like, and there was no pictures, and we had to like
Yeah.
figure it out. Like it was terrible.
Yeah, like you want to know, and maybe that's why we have such a high tolerance for like bad rule books and
Yeah.
like fiddly games and stuff, because we play prototypes of these like really heavy games that like the rules aren't done, and it's
Yeah,
it's
Sheriff of
nice.
Nottingham's
Yeah.
a good game. That would definitely go over with that. We don't have it, but I think that's a game she would dig.
Yeah. Did you play Space Race, the card game? I don't think so.
No,
No. Let's look at that.
that is interesting.
Campaign games such as Arcadia Quest. We do have several campaign games.
So, yeah, well,
in our
Arcadia Quest,
possession.
if I recall correctly, I think that isn't that a miniatures game.
I think so. I don't think we own it.
Somewhat like oh god, I can't remember the other one. It's there were Super Dungeon Explorer. I think that was the other one, but I'm not sure. I have to look at that.
But we do have some campaign games, and we do enjoy them. But they don't get as much playtime as we'd like, because
Right.
we end up playing for the channel, and we can't do campaign games for the channel because it's like spoiler city. So
Yeah.
we try to stay away from it.
Right, but we've been with our oldest.
Yeah.
He's 15, and he's now willing to play any game we pull
Mm-hmm.
out. So he's been helping us get through and have a 3-player playthrough, practice, run, and learn
Yeah.
the games. To give us a little bit more perspective on
Right.
something greater than 2-player, right? And then
Yes.
when we finally get down and do a 2-player, so he's gotten to play some pretty good ones lately. Well, some we can't even talk about yet. That playthrough's
no,
coming soon. Yeah, I'm not going to
live
mention
stream.
it. We're not allowed to.
Yeah.
So
All right. Let's see. Oh, you might like Excavation Earth. Oh, what games have you enjoyed playing over the past 2 years and would like to record a playthrough for? I would say go back and watch our channel. I don't know what we called it. Channel update or games. Oh, games we found in our fridge.
games, yes. So games we found in our fridge
Is
is
a
a little,
list.
is obviously a tongue-in-cheek title, but
Yeah.
it is a list of games that we
I've
have
literally had around for
and haven't gotten
years
to
and
yet.
haven't gotten
And
to.
a lot of them are right behind us. So since you're here, and we'll
Since
share
you're
all this
here
with
in
you,
our game room.
we have Parks, Sierra West, Taverns of
Tiefenthal.
Tiefenthal. What else is there?
The Magnificent. So this is like you're a magician game. Yokohama.
One of her favorites.
Also, oh my goodness, also on the top of the list.
Older game, one of her
Older
favorites.
game, but I love it.
and
Black Angel.
So those
which is
are
another favorite,
once we
so.
get through our queue of review.
Which I think we're
pretty much through.
So we'll start getting to
these.
those.
We'll start chipping away at
Yeah.
these. These are really enjoyable. I think you guys will like them.
I
Let's-
bought an
yeah, I think
acronym based on your
We
playthrough.
should
Yeah, we're ours.
probably
Yeah, we
start
should
to
probably
wrap up.
move.
So
Okay.
yes, Pulsar's so good.
Pulsar's good. Yeah. How much did you enjoy your
We'll
experience?
be up here all night answering questions.
We enjoyed Pulsar. I would say but we played it around the same time that we played Gaia Project, and I liked Gaia Project more.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a space game, Sheriff Nottingham's awesome. Mind Clash games are pretty awesome. They're very awesome.
They
I
are
love them.
awesome, yeah.
Anachrony Infinity Box. It's amazing. I love that game. Costa Rica Reveal the Rainforest is also good for the kids. Yeah.
Well, I got Hong Kong. We haven't played that, but I think I want to try that one.
Innovation. We do. Oh, I think we have Innovation.
We have that one,
don't
yeah.
we? But it hasn't gotten a lot of table time. Yeah, definitely try Yokohama. It's really, really good. Maybe wait till the playthrough comes
Designing
out.
your own game? Yes, that
Yes.
is actually
Yeah.
one of my bucket list things I want to do. I have some ideas.
Yes, I think we both do. We have them on like paper, and then we take them to each other, and then we like completely deconstruct each other's ideas, and then we go back to the drawing
Yes.
board.
Capstone's Iron Rail. Yes, we did enjoy it. We played that in a bigger group, the Iron Rail series,
Yes.
and
yeah.
we enjoyed that. Actually,
Yeah,
played
that
it
was-
more than an Irish Gauge. Oh, played
Loved
that.
it.
Really enjoyed those.
And actually, I did do. I think I did like a blog post on the website about that, but because we obviously can't play because it's 3 players. So.
All right, cool. Yeah, absolutely, our pleasure. So I think we'll.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
So
we'll
something
wrap
you
it up with a
found
couple more
overwhelming
questions.
to learn at first, but ended up being simple. Side was like that. Yeah,
You know what? That happens a lot with these sort of heavier Euros. You kind of go in expecting
Right.
more than it actually is, and you make it harder to learn. It's hard to pick out which ones because we learn. I mean, you got to remember we learned so many
Yeah.
games that we're almost kind of like you just go through the motions. You read the book, you're like, okay, I get it. This is like this other game.
And that's the thing is it's like learning language. I'm like a big language aficionado.
Yeah.
So when you have already something there to like connect the new information to, you can much more easily like make associations and be like, okay, this game is exactly like this other game, except we're going to tweak these couple pieces. Yeah. And so you have a better understanding.
It's easier to learn that.
However, it is for that reason that we tend to make mistakes while we're learning the games, because we make natural assumptions about how something should work. Yep. And then we realize it doesn't work that way. Lorenzo Il Magnifico, it was a good example of that. That was like the playthrough from hell, because we filmed it, it was wrong. We filmed it again, I forget which happened first, but like the sound was not turned on. Like
we had to film it a third time. It was a horrible experience.
When we played it the way the rules were meant to be, it just wasn't.
It wasn't as
good as we liked. So
that was a weird experience.
It was a weird one.
So it left a bad taste. Like, it's a good game.
It
just left a bad taste in our mouth, so we really haven't gone back. So.
We did Pipeline. We have a video for that, so
yeah,
check that out.
Keep in mind, it was prototype.
Again.
So this is what gets us, right? Because we end up getting these prototypes, we do a playthrough, and then we don't look back.
Yeah, excellent.
PAX Premiere, no, haven't done it.
Lorenzo's so good. Newton was... So, you know what's funny? Yeah. Newton actually was the other one that we misunderstood the rule, or I think maybe we learned it wrong.
I think we were taught it wrong at a con, and then we thought that was the right way to do it. We filmed it that way, and we had to redo it.
And also liked Newton better our way, but we made it a lot more difficult
sometimes, which is why we might as well just design a game on our own and call it a day.
All right, it is almost 12:30, so we've been at this for like 2 hours.
Yes.
I don't want to like keep all of you guys up.
Yes, thank you tremendously for joining. This was a ton of fun.
This was super fun.
This is going to become a staple thing we do.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
We are going to do Calico for our next live play. We'll probably try to get to it in a week or two tops. Maybe every other week.
Maybe every other week.
Right, because we do have other videos we want to put out. And we're going to try to keep up with at least one video a week.
Yeah.
At least one playthrough.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And a couple of other things too. So we do, we have an open invite to contribute to Board Game Breakfast on Dice Tower, and that's another one that's kind of like fallen behind because we haven't been filming anything. So we'll probably get back to that if that's something you subscribe to. Where we'll kind of do like different content. It's like a 2-minute.
We get 2 minutes to come up with some sort of segment,
unique kind of. So we'll do that. And then we've got some other things, again, in the pipeline that we're thinking about bringing to you on a more regular basis. And this is kind of like one of those, I guess. See, this wasn't even something on our goal list for this year.
Yeah, look at that. We're just doing all sorts of good things.
So anyway, this is great.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya. All right. Bye, guys. Good night. All right.